Chapter 3. Moving Away. Saturday mornings were always slow and lazy at Amalia's house. It was the beginning of the weekend and no one was in a hurry to get up. Saturdays usually started the same way. Rocio, Amalia's mother, would play some CDs so that the soft music filled the house. Just like Abuelita, Amalia always thought on waking up, like mother, like daughter. But her mother preferred to play classic soft rock songs. Her mother had told her many times how excited people had been about those songs back in the 60s. Amalia still had trouble believing people would have found them so fascinating. Rocio always also liked to cook, and on Saturdays she took time to prepare a special brunch, while Antonio, Amalia's father, gathered flowers and cuttings from the yard and arranged them around the house. He always managed to make tasteful arrangements with the simplest elements their yard provided. Nothing is too much to make the weekend special, Antonio liked to say. And just as her mother tried something different for the Saturday brunch, and her father found ways to make the table look special, Amalia enjoyed choosing what to wear on Saturdays to go out with Marta. They would first follow Marta's choice, either to the park or the playground at their new middle school. But then they would always end up at the library, which was Amalia's favorite place. After wearing a uniform all week, it was fun to wear whatever she wanted. Today, she had come down to breakfast in the soccer jersey from her first team and a pair of jean shorts, seeking comfort from the soft, worn out cloth. They had just sat down at the table when the phone rang. Please, pick it up, cariño, her mother said, while taking a quiche out of the oven. As soon as Amalia heard the voice at the other end of the line, she became tense. She had not been looking forward to talking to Marta. Her friend sounded hurried and excited as she announced that she was in the car on her way over to Amalia's house. It's the only time I'll be able to see you and say goodbye, Marta was explaining. But I thought you weren't leaving until 3 weeks from now, Amalia complained, surprised by this announcement. Because we're moving so far away, my mom decided we should spend the next 2 weeks with my grandparents in Grand Rapids, Marta said. But what about school? Amalia insisted, not wanting to accept what Marta was saying. My parents say it won't matter if we miss a couple of weeks. Anyway, we'll be going to a new school and everything is going to be different. They say it's important for us kids to spend time with our grandparents. Dad will stay here to pack. He'll be stuck making all the moving arrangements, but he wants me and the twins to go with Mom to see our grandparents. Amalia did not want to hear anything more. And when Marta said, So I'll see you in a little while, she answered curtly. Yeah, fine, okay, see you, and hung up the phone. She rushed out of the kitchen to her room as she always did when she was upset. This time, she slammed the door and sat on the rug by the window, holding her favorite pillow in her arms. Amalia, was that Marta? Called out her mother. She was standing at Amalia's door, still holding a dish rag in her hand. Can I come in? Sure, Mom, said Amalia. She didn't really want to talk to anyone, but she knew she had already disturbed the quiet Saturday morning by storming out of the kitchen without eating her breakfast. The least she could do was be nice to her mother. Want to tell me what's going on? Her mother asked gently, and when Amalia did not answer, she added, Who's leaving? Amalia had not said anything to her parents the previous evening about Marta's moving away, as if by not speaking about it, it would not happen. But now it was here, in her face. Marta and her mother would be coming over in a little while. It's Marta, Mom. She's moving. She just told me yesterday. Her father got a new job. They are going all the way to the West Coast to some stupid place in California. Amalia knew her mother did not like her saying stupid, but it made her feel better to say it. out loud. She knew her mother had noticed, but had probably decided it was not the moment to correct her. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry, amor. So sorry. You and Marta have always been such good friends. Lo siento tanto, hijita. I feel so bad about it. It's okay, really. I don't want to talk about it. But she's on her way here. Her mother is bringing her to say goodbye, and in a softer voice, she added, I don't even want to see her. I really don't want to talk to her. I think you should see her and talk to her before she leaves. You won't feel good afterward if you don't. Do you want to give her a small gift? Mommy! Por favor, please, Amalia complained, getting up from the rug and throwing the pillow on the bed. She knew her mother was trying to make it better for her, as she always did, but nothing was going to make this better. I don't want to talk about Marta. I don't want to think about Marta. I don't even want to see Marta or hear her say she's leaving. She had really tried to keep quiet about the whole thing. But what was the use of trying to be nice if people would go on and on talking about what she did not want to hear? Couldn't they just leave her alone? Her mother hugged her, saying, Lo siento, cariño. I'm truly sorry. And as she was leaving Amalia's room, she paused and added softly, Please, come down and eat your breakfast. Amalia was helping clear the table when Marta and her mother arrived. When Amalia's mother opened the door, Marta walked right in, saying, What's up? Bubbly as always, her wavy blonde hair swinging back and forth as she bounced across the room. As Amalia stared at her friend, so many thoughts ran through her mind. How can she be so carefree about all this? Doesn't our friendship mean anything to her? We're about to be separated forever. Amalia's mother and father brought out coffee and pastries. Thank you. Martha's mother accepted a cup of coffee, but sat on the edge of the sofa, already prepared to get up and go. I am afraid we have only a few minutes, but I did want to make sure Martha and I got to say goodbye to you. You have always been so nice to her that we wanted to thank you personally. Martha's mother was addressing Amalia's parents as well as her. This has all been such a surprise, totally unexpected. Carl received this extraordinary offer all of a sudden, and they needed an immediate answer. And the offer was so good, he couldn't refuse it. It's really all so sudden. The words quickly tumbling out of Mrs. Johnson's mouth made Amalia think of a hailstorm, except that she enjoyed the rattling of hail on the roof, while Mrs. Johnson's words were simply annoying. My parents are shocked that we'll be moving so far away, she continued, because my mother doesn't like to fly. They insisted that the kids and I spent these last 2 weeks with them in Grand Rapids. Poor Carl. He is going to stay here and make the arrangements for the house. He'll have to do all the packing himself. Fortunately, the company he'll be working for is paying for the movers. I have never had movers before. He'll meet us in Grand Rapids, and then we'll all fly to Los Angeles from there. It'll be the first time in California for the girls and me. Of course, all the twins can think of is that they'll be going to Disneyland. When she stopped, Amalia thought, finally she must have run out of hot air. Believing the talking was over, but after taking a breath, Mrs. Johnson continued, Carl sends his regards. He's busy packing. There are many people Martha and I need to see this afternoon to say goodbye to, and we must not delay too much. Carl will appreciate us returning soon to help, especially since he is watching the twins, and they can be a handful, particularly now that they are so excited about going to California. Oh, there's simply so much to do. She leaned on the couch as if she were going to fall down from exhaustion. No wonder Martha doesn't care, Amalia thought. She is just being like her mother, who acts as if this is a happy occasion for everyone, without even noticing that it is a disaster for others. Lost in her own thoughts, Amalia almost missed Martha's words. This is for you. There are some things here I want you to have. My new address is in there, so you can write to me soon. Dad promised to buy me a computer as soon as we get to California, and I'll be getting an email address. And if you get an email address too, we can email each other. Martha handed Amalia a large, thick envelope. It's the best card I could find. It'll make you laugh. Amalia did not think any card could make her laugh right now. She thanked Martha, but her heart was not in it. She gave both Martha and her mother a quick hug and was relieved when they left. Saying goodbye stinks, she thought as she climbed the steps to her room. Again, she sat on the rug by the window, this time with an open book in her lap, although she did not read a single line.